So I want to take a look at Mel Kiper's recent mock draft he did earlier today that was posted at ESPN.com. I will leave the link in the description of the entire mock draft if you want to read the whole thing. But I'm just going to go over the Packers selection. And he had the Packers taking edge rusher Latu Latu out of UCLA for the Packers, first-round pick at number 25. And he says this: Green Bay is another team that might seek one of these offensive tackles. David Bakhtiari was released last week, but I wonder if this is a landing spot for the best pure edge rusher in this class. Sure, it drafted Lucas Van Ness a year ago in round 1, but he's more of a power rusher and run stopper than a true double-digit sack machine. He says Latu put up 111 quarterback pressures over the past 2 seasons, racking up 23.5 sacks. He has elite pass rushing skills and is already advanced in his technique. The reason he's not a surefire top 15 pick is because he has some medical questions. He medically retired from football due to a neck injury when he was at Washington in 2021. I love his fit with the Packers, though. So I guess one of the questions with him is, how serious are these medical issues that he had? And I'm guessing the Packers will do their due diligence before they're willing to draft someone like him. But when we look at the Packers and their needs, especially now with the start of free agency finished, the Packers adding Xavier McKinney, Josh Jacobs, releasing a lot of other players, I do think safety and linebacker, inside linebacker, are 2 of the most pressing needs. Now with Devondre Campbell gone, the Packers moving from 3-4 to 4-3, needing to start 3 linebackers some of the time. They have Quay Walker, Isaiah McDuffie, and then Christian Welch would probably be the 3rd guy right now. And my guess is they want to bolster that unit. The question is, would the Packers want to draft an inside linebacker in round 1? And I was looking through some draft sites. PFF, the top inside linebacker they have is Peyton Wilson at 26, and then Edgerrin Cooper at number 62. Daniel Jeremiah, former scout who now posts at NFL.com, writes for them, has Edgerrin Cooper at 21 and Peyton Wilson at 57. So maybe the Packers take a linebacker in round 1. They did it, of course, with Quay Walker a couple of years back, and there is a need there. But there is not a ton of linebackers, at least from some of these draft experts I've been looking at, that will likely go in round 1. Both of those, PFF and Jeremiah, only have one linebacker, inside linebacker, going in round 1. So it may not be the best use of the first-round pick to draft an inside linebacker there. And then at safety, we, of course, now have Xavier McKinney, but I think the second safety spot is still up for grabs. The Packers could potentially draft a safety in the first couple rounds. I think round 2 makes more sense from what I've read. It seems like most people don't really see some top legit safeties that should go in round 1. And so it could be the edge rusher makes sense. When we look at the Packers' edge rusher situation currently, Preston Smith is getting older. He's 31 years old. After this season, he'll be 32. You have Rashawn Gary, Lucas Van Ness, and then J.J. Enagbare, of course, tore his ACL last season, and who knows when he will be able to return. And so let's say after 2024, let's say Preston Smith is gone, because you never know when these guys head out. If he's gone, the Packers will have a big need there at edge, and the Packers don't draft necessarily for need every single year. They draft the best player available, and I think that when it comes to edge, there could be a need there soon. And so if they get to 25 and they have Latu Latu as their best available edge rusher, I would not be shocked if they draft him, if of course they think his medicals check out. And here's a little bit more information about Latu. Daniel Jeremiah has him ranked at number 20 and said this: Latu did have serious medical issues while at the University of Washington. Overall, Latu is the most skilled pass rusher in this class and should have an immediate impact at the next level. So he sees him as the most skilled pass rusher. The question is the medical issues. And then from Packers Wire, Zach Kruse said this about him: if the Packers can get comfortable with Latu's medicals, the pick could be a slam dunk. Latu is 6'5" and 259 pounds with a relative athletic score of 9.3. According to Pro Football Focus, he was the most productive pass rusher in college football over the last 2 seasons, including a 61 pressure season in 2023. He had elite marks in pass rush win rate and pass rush grade. Lance Zierlein of NFL.com compared Latu to TJ Watt. The talent is undeniable, and top pass rushers don't usually get to the bottom half of the first round. The medical red flag would be the only reason he's still available for the Packers at number 25. So let's say he gets the NFL and he doesn't have these issues, the medical issues he was having in college. Number 25 could be a steal for him. Of course, if those issues were to flare up again, which I'm not even sure the extent of what's going on there, but let's say they did. Obviously, that's a little bit risky. So it comes down to the Packers and how comfortable they would feel picking him at that position. But I do think the Packers could, in the first couple of rounds, draft an edge rusher, even though I don't think it's necessarily the biggest need for 2024. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Feel free to subscribe to the channel if you want more Packers content, and I'll see you guys next time.